I would like to introduce my friend, Mr. Tanmay Joshi, to give his experience, what he was going through over the last, since 2009, or last 12 years, what really has happened, and what prompted him to choose CyberKnife as an option.
Thank you very much, Matt. Yes, so you've introduced me anyway, so that's good. I'm here in Auckland, New Zealand. So as doctor said, that I've been on medication for quite a while now, for nearly 12 years, at different dosages. But this CyberKnife, Dr. Shankar introduced me. He put it across me about 2 years back.
Yeah,
1.5 years
before the peak of the first wave, COVID first wave.
Yes,
yeah,
correct. So it was a while back, definitely. I mean, I did go through it. Was the reason I didn't actually take it too seriously when it was first, when he first introduced it to me. And well, in the last 2 years, despite being on medication, I had several major episodes before the treatment. I mean, for example, a few that I fell down on the road while I was coming back from one of the grocery stores, and an ambulance was called in, so I was taken there. One was when I collapsed in the gym, and again an ambulance was called. And sometimes I've also gone blank when talking to people on the phone. So that's why it makes it very difficult. So, and these ones are extremely troublesome, and not only scared me, but also, made me a bit, affected my attention span and memory loss as well, quite a lot. And that sort of made me a bit insecure as well. So when discussing it, it was about nearly 5 episodes a week on average, if you think about it, and that is quite a lot. So after discussing this a lot more in detail with Dr. Shankar last year, we decided to go ahead with this. And then we did this in February this year. So as Dr. Shankar said that, hey, I just came in the morning and then I was out within a few hours. That's true. I mean, definitely it was, completely painless. There was nothing at all. I was even talking to my parents then, even Dr. Shankar. So that was done. So what I've noticed after this treatment is that the frequency of the episodes, the magnitude of these episodes has reduced quite a lot. So I mean, that is one thing, because it has made me, increase my attention to detail, attention span. It has, my ability to handle work has become better. So I mean, that is one big thing that I think is extremely important now when everyone's working, definitely. So you've got to have good memory, you've got to have attention span, and you've got to, being able to manage stress. That's one thing. Well, I am still on medication, but this one has made it much easier to handle, because I don't have to worry about a lot of things, and I see I'm going on to the right track. So I'm happy that I actually did this treatment, definitely. So general, I've noticed that, despite being on medication, as long as I'm able to sleep well and follow a good diet and be careful when doing a lot of things, then generally you're fine. And it can definitely get better, and my focus is always on getting better. So I mean, I'm constantly talking to Dr. Shankar as well about it, to see, is there anything else that we need to do, anything that I need to do to make it better, or are we on the right track? And whenever I've spoken to Dr. Shankar about it, he has said that yes, definitely we are going on to the right track. So keep going at it.
Good. So the fact of the matter, which I would like to point out, Tanmay, I pointed it out to you earlier as well. People who actually respond very well within first 6 months post-treatment, they are the people who are actually having better results into the future. So just stay calm. I'm sure you have a lot of things to do in the future, play with your grandkids and all the stuff. Okay. So, and without seizures. I wish that things will go on very well for you. Thank you so very much for your time. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mr. Shirish, would you like to just say a passing mention as a father of Tanmay?
Yes, in fact, first and foremost, thank you very much. It's a pleasure being on this.
Again, Shirish is Tanmay's father. He is based in Singapore and he is virtually logged in.
Thank you, Dr. Shankar and Dr. Muthu. And I've interacted with both of them, though with Dr. Shankar quite a lot. It's as a father, as parents, we get very, very concerned, and especially because Tanmay is living alone out there in Auckland, right? So, which is 12 hours away from Singapore. And every time that, he would have this kind of a thing, we would get very upset and he would get upset. And, we took this decision after having talked to Dr. Shankar, and of course he gave us some material to read and all the information that is required. First and foremost, we went in with, it was a leap of faith for us, because we were convinced that this was the right approach to take, especially when he pointed out young age, all those kind of things. When we went to Chennai, and this we really did it during the COVID times, right? When we went to Chennai, the overall arrangements were brilliantly handled, right? And even though Tanmay says that the actual surgery was only for 40 minutes or so, really speaking, there was a lot of investigation, at least 2 days of investigations, which we appreciated because it sort of identified those focal points and all those things that are really required to make this a success. And after that was over, we came back to Singapore, we went through quarantine out here, then post that he was here for a couple of months, and then he went back to New Zealand in quarantine out there. So he went through all these stressful scenarios. Out there today, happy to note that while the medication is still on, he's pretty much much more confident. He's started touchwood doing better at his work. He travels. He's got his uncle. My elder brother stays in another city in New Zealand. He keeps on traveling there over the weekend, right? So, in the past that used to be a little bit of a concern for us, but today, yeah, we're saying he's getting more and more independent on that front, correct? So, it's a pleasure to see that kind of a change happening, and we believe in the treatment, and we will abide by what is required. But just to give a short this thing, it's something which is worth trying, and it was worth doing, right? I'm sure Tanmay will also agree with me on that. And once again, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Dr. Shankar and Dr. Muthu.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Tanmay and Shirish.